So the Marble League 2023 finally came to an end, and it's time to relook my before the final two event predictions and see how much I got correct. So let's look at 16th, Shining Swarm. First off, it was not the Shining Swarm. Second off, Shining Swarm made an alright comeback in the Honey Dome. I mean, the Honey Dome was a really good event, so it was kind of underwhelming to see the Shining Swarm just kind of do stuff, I think. But yeah, the Shining Swarm throughout the Honey Dome was uninteresting. Team Plasma. First off, I hate you for making my main team get last. I think they got last. But anyway, Team Plasma were mid. They were mid. I don't remember if they got last, but they were mid. Oh no, they got last in the event. They got like 14th overall. They weren't good. I am never backing Team Plasma in anything ever again. Gliding Glaciers. I think they got last, so why are they the hosts? But also, it kind of continues the theme where the host is the most unmemorable team of the season. Despite the Gliding Glaciers not even being the most unmemorable team of the season, it was the Midnight Wisps. But yeah, the Gliding Glaciers were a very, very mid team throughout this season, and definitely didn't deserve to get last, but it's what it is. Thunderbolts. I think I got the Thunderbolts right. 13th isn't a bad position for the Bolts, seeing as it's just normal at this point. But overall, we're still waiting for Thunderbolts Gold, so when's it gonna happen? The Thunderbolts were uninteresting throughout the Honey Dome, and throughout the Sand Rally, they did basically nothing as well, so yeah. Mellow Yellow. I was one spot off. You got 11th. Good job. This is the first time that Mellow Yellow haven't finished in the bottom 4 and haven't finished in the top 4. Cool. However, Mellow Yellow getting 11th, just, yeah. They were in the Honey Dome and they were doing alright. I saw them a couple of times, but I ignored them because I was too busy focusing on the Bumblebees dominating and the Savage Speeders absolutely choking the top 2. Anyway, the Crazy Cat's Eyes, I predicted them in 11th. I guess I didn't take into account that the final 2 events were, speed events. The thing that the Crazy Cat's Eyes dominate most in. So the Crazy Cat's Eyes got back-to-back golds and won the whole thing. So we're now standing in a universe where the Crazy Cat's Eyes went from 11th to 1st in just a couple of events. And I'm living in it, loving it. I honestly didn't expect the Crazy Cat's Eyes to win, but I'm glad they did. 1, it means the Savage Speeders don't win, and 2, it means the Bumblebees don't win. It was a very unpredictable winner, but it was very nice to watch. Midnight Wisps, 10th. I predicted you, you got 8th. I also predicted you to be the hosts, which for some reason you weren't. We were all pretty certain it was going to be either you, the Pinkies, or the Gliding Glaciers. And of course it was the Gliding Glaciers because purposes of Winter Marble Olympics coming back. I just said Marble Olympics by accident. Midnight Wisps were a very forgettable team, and that's coming from someone who is rooting for them this season. When you forget your team exists, when they are winning the event, that's when it gets bad. To be fair, they weren't actually contending for anything and were contending for their own purposes instead. But hey, they got 8th, so I'm happy with that. Snowballs. I predicted you correctly. Good to know. Was it predictable? Yeah. Did the Snowballs do anything interesting in the last 2 events? By no means. Were they entertaining? No. However, they weren't team events, so they didn't do completely awful. Good job on 9th, I guess, but yeah. Team Galactic, you nearly got 5th, but you got 6th instead. I'm sure your fans are more happy with you getting 6th than 5th anyway, knowing the Team Galactic 5th counter can stop counting up. Anyway, Team Galactic weren't that memorable within the last 2 events. Frankly, throughout the whole season, I pretty much forgot they even qualified sometimes, but yeah, they were there. Then we have Team Momo, who I predicted to get 7th. Before the season started, I predicted them as the winners, and well, for a while it looked like they could have made a sick comeback. It was a Crazy Cat's Eyes who would make the comeback in the end, and Team Momo would slip back into 12th, And nobody knows this because they did nothing throughout the Honey Dome and absolutely crapped themselves in the Sand Rally. That alone disappointed me. Yeah, Team Momo were very mid. Pinkies, I'm going to be honest, I wanted you to podium. By the end, I was just willing for the Savage Speeders to somehow manage to slip off the whole podium because I thought it would be funny. And if the Pinkies would have finished in second, I believe they could have had an actual shot at doing it if they got a gold. Maybe that was their second silver, I don't know. But anyway, it would have been very entertaining to watch the Pinkies finish on the podium. But instead, we're going to have to watch the Pinkies stuff from the qualifiers. 2020-2021 vibes here. Anyway, good luck. Raspberry Racers. I'm going to be honest. 5th was a predictable position for you, but hey, you finished in the top 5. The Raspberry Racers are a pretty good team, and I think they could continue being good. So yeah, this was a good prediction from me. The Orangers I predicted to get 4th. They got 10th. I don't remember this team doing anything worthy of note in the last 2 events, but I guess they were there. I think they got 15th in the Honey Dome. That's about it. Then we have the teams I predicted to also qualify. Of course, 2 of them were very predictable. But the last spot was very unpredictable and somehow went to the Crazy Cat sides, who I predicted to get 11th of all spots. Anyway, Rojo Rollers. This was the only team I predicted to finish on the podium who didn't. In fact, I'm pretty sure they slipped all the way back to 7th or something. Either that or 5th, I don't remember. Raspberry Racers and them are interchangeable. But the Rojo Rollers were, they existed. I actually thought they were going to finish on the podium instead of the Crazy Cat sides for a good portion of time, but yeah. For a majority of the time, I was just watching the rivalry between the Crazy Cat sides and the Pinkies intensify throughout the Honey Dome and wondering who was going to finish on the podium because I was fully confident that the Bumblebees would win, but sure, whatever. The Rojo Rollers did nothing worthy of note in the last few events, but yeah. Bumblebees. 2nd was too predictable. You were too predictable. Hey, the Bumblebees finished on the podium and I auto-qualified a 2nd year in a row, so I'm happy with that. I hope the Bumblebees continue to expand on just overall being fun, because I really enjoyed this season from them. Being on the podium throughout a majority of the season was really good. So yeah, good job on 2nd. However, if there's any team I have to appreciate this season, it's the Savage Speeders. First off, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I was rooting for them in the last event just so I wouldn't be upset when they won. So of course they finished in 3rd. This is the first time they got 3rd, and there's a storm going on outside. Curse you, Thunderbolts! Go back to failing to get golds. Anyway, the Savage Speeders were, Savage Speeders sucked. They ironically could not speed to victory. They choked a 50-point lead, something they were able to watch the Orangers choke whilst they won the championship in 2020. 3 years later, the Savage Speeders do the exact same thing, but instead of it being in the last few events, oh no, it's in the last 2 events. The last 2, not the last few, the last 2. I find it funny. Not annoying, I find it funny. In fact, they didn't even choke it to the point where it was Orangers getting 2nd or themselves getting 2nd. They choked it to the point where they got 3rd. I had a portion of time where I was doubting them even finishing on the podium by the end of the season. And I thought it was going to be hilarious, but it didn't happen. Savage Speeders have now finished on every spot on the podium now, though. So that's something. But hey, I predicted them to get 2nd at the start of the year, and they finished in 3rd. So I was close. Now my question is, did I get any of my start of the year predictions right? I don't think I did. Actually, I think I got Team Galactic. No way, they got 6th. I didn't get anyone right. I hate myself. I nearly got Team Galactic for a good portion of time. And if the Crazy Cat size didn't decide to actually get good, the Savage Speeders could have finished in 2nd, but it didn't happen, unfortunately. But hey, that was the Marble League 2023, and it was by far the Marble League that's given me the most memories. By far my favourite Marble League so far, despite a couple of stinky events. Cough, cough, Hubolino Maze, cough, 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 steeplechase, cough, cough. And that's literally an event my team won. Anyway, I've been the Epic All 123, and this has been the Marble League 2023, signing out.